So, if you put the two, the total expenditure for Kaduna State in 2025 is 790 billion. 790 billion. Who give me his account so that I will transfer the money? Yes. 076. She's giving her account number. The problem is that if the transfer enter, it's not your account that will be crash. The bank itself will crash. So let's say the bank. Alright. So we talked about one component of the revenue up there, right? We talked about VAT, we talked about statutory allocation, then we talked about internally generated revenue. And I told you that those ones are classified as recurrent revenue. This is the money that is our own, is coming to us. Then another component of the budget financing revenue is called grants. Grants is money that the federal government or international donors decide to dash us for particular projects. So sometimes you hear UNICEF or one organization will just give government money to implement a particular project, and they are not expecting state government to pay it back. You understand? But they are just saying we are interested in issues of children. So we are giving you ₦1 to go and support the development of children. Or if you go to universities, right? You see TED fund. You usually see TED fund. So TED funds are grants from federal government to states to say to universities, we are giving you this money, use it to build infrastructure within the school. So those are the kind of grants that, so you have both international, external and internal grants. External is those ones coming from outside Nigeria, while internal is the one that federal government, CBN, they have some intervention that they just give states grants to carry out. So in 2025, the government is expecting to get 52 billion as grants. 52 billion as grants. So out of that, so let's quickly. So Kaduna State government is also saying that they have savings. All of us money for their savings. That they have savings of 81 billion naira, and this savings is usually money that is not spent from last year that will call forward to this year. But again, if you see the 2024 performance, you see that it's still 60%. So if your performance last year is 60%, then why are you saving 80 million and bringing it to 2025? But that is another story for another day. So, the big elephant in the room. Another way governments funds or get funds is through borrowing. So, the current budget is your money. You're entitled to it. Grants and loans, you're not entitled to it. It is somebody that is giving you. So, one of this loan is going to be the major source of financing the Kaduna State budget. So, in 2025, the government of Kaduna State wants to borrow 200 billion naira in your name. In your name, because you will pay for it. And out of this money, this 200 million, 100% is going to be borrowed externally from World Bank and other countries. So let me allow that see first. That means we are going, sir. Yeah? Are we going? Is that a question? Are we going? Is that a question? If you ask me, what about so, and you know, we've had issues already that we have a lot of loan on our head. So, an issue with borrowing externally is that you borrow in dollars. And the moment the naira, the value of the naira falls, you need to pay times 2 for what you have borrowed for you to be able to cover that. So, is that? Yes, that's what is called debt service. We'll come to that one. That one is it's still waiting for you before. So, like we said earlier on, the total budget is 790 million. And this is the breakdown. We did the breakdown all. But if you notice all, we did not do the breakdown for personnel costs and overhead costs. So, but in this one, you have you broke the current into two. So to tell you that government out of the current budget is going to spend 84 billion on overhead costs. Day-to-day running of government. Then 83 billion for paying salaries of civil servants. Then like we said earlier on, 551 on capital projects, developmental projects and all of that. Is it personnel? Yeah, it's personnel. There are a lot of mistakes around. So we still hold them accountable because they publish it online. So the one is asking of the money that Kaduna State this year will use to service the debt that we chop before. Now here I want to show you now. And even last year, government still chopped them. So this is the amount of money we use this year to service our 70 billion. 70 billion. Yes, most of 70 billion. And this one, whether you get revenue, you don't get revenue, you must pay out. So, and you know, revenue does not perform 100%. So, for example, last year, the revenue performed about 60%, right? So, even inside that 60%, the government had to move. So, last year, I think we paid about 50 billion. So, this year, we are using 70 billion. And this is monies that will go into other sectors for the government. So the sector allocation, I will pass here because I did not understand all the things the figures here are very long. So we need to, because if you talk about the top sectors, they said in billions, but if you add it up, it's not up to what the main project is talking about. So I think they made mistakes. Yeah, but in our own civil society analysis, it's more broad. But I wanted you to see what government itself is not what civil society analysis. That's why I'm using the citizens version. So this is the top capital projects. You know, we talked about capital projects about development, right? So these are top 9. So the first one is construction of new schools. It's the one that is having the highest allocation used to all community. Now it will be like at the top. The construction of new schools. So government is spending 40 billion naira for that. Then the second one is rural access and agricultural marketing project, RAM. Some of you have heard of RAM. It's also 40 billion naira. That road, College Road is about is a round project. So it's one of the roads. Then the next one is wash. Wash is water, sanitation, and hygiene. Those projects you see the schools and all of that, homes and all of that. Then provision of bus rapid transit infrastructure. The government is going to design buses for us. That one is 25 million. You go looking for them. So those are the top capital projects. When you look at the document, you see the details. We don't have the time to go to the. So the company, the budget itself is categorized into sectors. So this part is looking at each sector. So administrative sector that is under that government house is going, most of the budget is about 49 billion. So out of that, about 54, about 27 billion, sorry, is going for the current, while 22 billion is going for capital. That's for administration. Then agriculture, the budget for the Ministry of Agriculture, the agri sector is 74 billion. Out of it, the agri sector, 1.7 billion is going for the current, while 7.2 billion is going for capital. Education, government is spending 206 billion. Government is spending 206 billion, out of which 42 billion is recurrent and capital is 163 billion. Health, government is spending 157. I'll just be rushing them since you can look at them. It's already in your slide. Then law and justice, government is spending 13 billion. Then internal security and home affairs, 11 billion. Social welfare, government is spending, let me see what the total. It's not total, right? But it's 9.87. 9.87. Then they now did for the water ministry, department, and agencies. Business innovation, 4 billion, emergency management, and all of that. So, I won't go into this. When you read it, you get the set of it. These are just other MPs. So, Kaduna State is also doing the climate budget. So, they have brought out the total number of how much will be spending on climate change. So, again, here, will confirm with the planning and budget commission that the public document they give, this is not the amount. So there are issues with this amount. So what they also did is to bring out the budget for basic education and primary health care work. So this is budget performance between 2018 and 2023. So that you have an idea of how the budget has performed over years. And then, do you know this man? Yeah. You don't know it, but you know it. If my face no familiar, his face So please, if you need any palliative, so, you know, when the proposed budget has been made, it is presented to the state